What's going on, guys? Today I've got a back and shoulder workout for you. This is going to be great for adjusting any kind of postural issues you might have. Rounded shoulders. We're going to try to open up here, work that upper back, even that lower back, and the shoulders. It's going to be good stuff. You need your dumbbells today. I've got heavy dumbbells, like 15 pounds, all the way down to some really light ones, 5 pounds. Ideally, you've got a light pair and then a medium to heavy pair. What I'm going to be using most is my 5s and my 8s. All right, guys, get what you need, and let's get in a quick warm-up. We're going to start with a little movement prep just to make sure we are in the right posture before we go into some lifting. So let's start by rolling those shoulders back and down. I want you to think big stretch, big shrug up, and then slide your shoulder blades into your back pockets. All of this you're doing without flaring that rib cage, without arching that back. So pull the belly button in and knit the ribs. And make sure you're breathing. There's so much to think about. Go ahead and reverse that circle. So roll forward now. Big shrug up, roll it forward. Be dramatic. Be super dramatic about it. Again, you're doing this without flaring the rib cage, without arching that back. Good. All right, from here, I'm going to interlace my fingers back and behind here, and I'm going to open up my chest, and I'm just going to kind of roll my head side to side. I want to make sure I'm going into this workout with an open chest without being super tense through the neck and the shoulders. Just going side to side, kind of find where you need to hang out a little longer. Good, go ahead and release those hands. Chest should be nice and open here. Bring my arms out to the side. I'm gonna make little baby circles going forward here. Warming up the shoulder. I want you to make sure they're plugged in. You've got your lats engaged. You're standing tall. Little baby circles going forward. Feels good. We're just kind of warming them up here. Now go ahead and reverse that circle. So we're gonna go backwards. Not huge. This is just a little tiny circle that you're drawing with your fingertips. Again, keeping those shoulders out of your ears. Now I want you to flip the palms so they're facing up. Little baby circles forward again. Good. And then go ahead and reverse that circle. We're going backwards now. Palms are still up. Good. Your shoulders burning a little. Excellent. Palms face forward. I'm going to roll one over as I look off over in the direction of the palm that's facing up, and then roll to the other side. Actually, both palms should be facing up, but one shoulder is internally rotating while the other is externally rotating. We're kind of priming the shoulders for some movement. Rolling, looking over that hand that is externally rotated. Good, let's do one more on each side. Shoulders are burning. And relax here. Woo. Shake it out. What I'm gonna do is now squat down, push my arms forward, and then I'm gonna row it in, squeeze my shoulder blades together. Again, so I'm warming up that upper back. Your shoulders are probably burning a little too. That's cool, that's fine. Do a few more of these. I like to exhale as I come up out of that squat. One more here. Good, pressing up and then pulling something imaginary down. Pressing up, standing tall, no arch in the back, pulling down. Up, down, get those biceps right next to your ears. Pressing up, shoulders stay down, pulling down. Up and down. One more, up and down. Good, relax for a second. Swing those arms, open up that chest. We are ready to work out. We are going to be working for 40 seconds with only 10 seconds to rest and transition to the next exercise. Your next exercise is always going to be in the box right here, so you don't have to frantically listen to my cueing. It's going to be right here. Watch and do as I do. All right, guys, first exercise is around the world. What I'm gonna do is bring my light dumbbells, I'm using 5 pounds here, bringing them palms facing out right in front of my thighs here. And then in 10 seconds, I'm just going to lift them up out to the sides to meet up overhead and then right back down again. We go in 3, 2, here we go. Up and down. Notice I'm keeping those palms facing forward the entire time. If you want to bring the breath into it, exhale as you lift up, inhale to slowly lower down. Making a big circle, going around the world here. Keeping those shoulders from shrugging up. I have a soft bend in my knee. I have got my core engaged, abs pulled in, no arch in the back. You've got 7 seconds left. 5, 3. Good, I'm gonna bring my 15s all the way down to the ground. I'm gonna flip my dumbbells so my palms are facing forward, and I'm gonna row here. I'm gonna row one to the hip, other to the hip. Now I'm gonna engage my core, both. Again, one, other side, and then both. When we go both, you've got to engage that core. This is a great low back strengthener. 18 more seconds here. Palms are facing forward. You're rowing to the hip, not the armpit. 10. 5. Almost done. 2. Woo! All right, grabbing my 5s again. We're gonna do a reverse fly combo. I'm gonna have the palms facing the back of the room first. Fly. While I'm up here, I'm gonna rotate the palms to face down, lower down. Coming up, palms are facing down, rotate so they face the back of the room, lower down again. We got it? So I'm making that adjustment when my arms are up and out to the side. You're gonna feel this, the upper back, back of the shoulders. 15 more seconds here. I'm working up a sweat. If you're having trouble with this one, you can always go with body weight and just fly those hands out to the side. Rest from the top. I'm gonna keep my 5s, palms facing forward, and we go around the world. I'm out of breath. Believe it or not, here we go. Around and down. Remember that exhale? When you come up and back around. Making sure you're not arching that back, not flaring that rib cage. 20 more seconds. 15. Whose shoulders are already tired? Me. 10. 5. 3. And rest. All the way down, palms facing forward, and we row here. Face this way. From the knees, rowing to that hip, to the other hip, engage, both together. I'm gonna alternate my leading side here. You exhale as you work against gravity. If you are having a really hard time getting both weights up, you can always just stick with the alternating row. But if you got it in you, strengthen that entire core with the 2, 3, 2. Good. We are going to the fly combo. Using my 5s again. Here we go. Fly out. Make that rotation. Coming back. Rotating the opposite way this time. Take your time. Don't fling the weights up there. When this starts to feel too hard, Drop the weights and just do it with your body weight. Helps if you stick those thumbs out and you're just changing the direction in which your thumbs are pointing. 10 more seconds, guys. We got it. 5, 3, and rest. We are moving into a new circuit. We're going to take about 40 seconds here, just kind of let those shoulders deburnify, if that's even a word. It's going to be. Our next exercise is really going to challenge the muscles of the rotator cuff. So if you are uncomfortable with this, I want you to go really, really light. In fact, I want everyone to go really, really light here. I'm going to use 5 pounds. And if it's too hard towards the end, you're going to start going one arm at a time or strictly body weight. You could even use like soda cans here, cans of soup. All right, in 5 seconds, we're going to upright row up, rotate, and then press overhead. Right here, upright row. I'm going to rotate here, press. So you're going to come to like this cactus arm position and then falling back down. Again, rowing up, rotating, pressing, moving really nice and slow with control, and press. Ooh, did you hear my wrist crack? 15 more seconds. This is less about the burn, this is more about the function. 8 seconds. 3, belly button pulled in, rest. I'm going to use my 8s for this next one. I'm going to do a bent over row followed by a straight arm lift where I squeeze those shoulder blades together. So row and then lift. So I'm really trying to keep those arms straight and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Row and squeeze. Like I'm trying to get those dumbbells to touch behind my back. And when I row, I'm rowing the dumbbells to the hips, not to the armpits. Oh, my back. 15 seconds. 10. Squeeze, really squeeze together. Don't round that back. Almost done. 3. Rest. I'm going to keep my 8s and set them down for a second. We're going to go for an alternating lateral raise. Except I'm going to try to hold for a second out on the side. So over here, I'm going to bring it out, hold, and then back down. Other side. Think about exhaling as you're up, and then inhaling to lower down. It's that hold I want you to focus on. 18 seconds left. We got this. Boulder shoulders. 10. I'm sweating. 3. All right, we're going back to that upright row. Rotate and press in 3. Here we go. Up, rotate, press. Nice and slow. Just get yourself familiar with the way your shoulder joint is supposed to move, right? We're working that internal and external rotation. Your rotator cuff will thank you if you did the right amount of weight here. If you go too heavy, you are going to do some damage. Like I said, doing this with super light weight or just body weight. 5, 3, and rest. Giving back to that bent over row with that squeeze in 5, using my 8 pounds. Here we go, back is flat, stick your booty out, row to the hips, squeeze behind you. Really think about squeezing those shoulder blades together. Pushing them down and back. Trying to squeeze. Let's pretend there's a penny between those shoulder blades. Let's pretend there's a water balloon and we're trying to pop it. 10 seconds. And then once you pop it, you better clean up your mess. I hate when people leave their water balloon stuff at the park. 2, pet peeve. All right, we got that alternating lateral raise. Sorry, it really grinds my gears. We cleaned up so many water balloons the other day. Here we go. Out to hold and down. Breathing. You got this. Slowly lower it down. Don't fling that dumbbell up there. So right now, I have a hair stuck to my lip gloss, and it is like the most annoying thing ever. 10 seconds. Must be what it feels like to have a mustache. 5, 3, come on, other side. Yes. All right, guys, we've got one more circuit left. Again, we're taking about 40 seconds to kind of reset the shoulders, give yourself a little rest. Our next exercise is a face pull. So you might have heard of a face pull. It's something that you'll see in the gym or on a cable machine, where they'll actually pull that cable to their face. We don't have a cable machine, so what I'm gonna do, maybe you do, and you can do it if you've got one. What I'm gonna do is use my 5-pound dumbbells, nice and light. I could also go up a little in weight. I'm gonna start light, see how it feels. I'm gonna actually pull them to my face as I'm hinged over here. So it's essentially this same move, but down here. All right, we go in 3. Here we go, pulling right to that face. I want you to keep those shoulder blades back and down, back super flat. And I'm pulling right to the side of my face here. Hence the name, face pull. Like I said, I'm going light. From the feel of things here, I could probably handle my 8s, although be careful. The more weight you add here, the more strain you can add to that lower back. So be aware, because these dumbbells are a bit far away from your center of gravity here. 2. Good, I'm gonna use my 8s for this next one. I'm actually gonna do a bicep curl. Then I'm gonna rest the butt of my dumbbell on my shoulder to lift up again. So it's a hammer curl, resting here and up, down, up and down. So rest that dumbbell right on the shoulder and lift. You're gonna feel the front of the shoulder work. You're also gonna be working both heads of the biceps here. Now, when you come to lift those elbows, I want you to make sure you're not arching that back. So stay engaged through the core. The movement's coming from the shoulders. 10. Feeling it. 5. 2. And rest. I'm gonna take my heavy dumbbells here. I'm gonna hinge over at the hips. I'm gonna row both my dumbbells up and then slowly lower one at a time. So I'm hinged, I lower one, row it back up, then I lower the other. Those dumbbells will row to your hips. Think about the exhale when you row up. Inhale to lower, exhale up. 20 seconds on the clock. This, you shouldn't feel straining through that back because you've got a pretty hinge, right? You got hinging at the hips, slight bend in the knee, sticking your butt out behind you, back flat, shoulder blades in your back pockets. 3. And rest. All right, I'm gonna try my face pull with my 8s. Back to the face pull. Hinge it over. Pulling right to the face. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. 30 seconds on the clock. If you are starting to fatigue through the back, you can always go for a B stance, right? You can change up your stance here. Right to the face. Dumbbells stay rather close together here. 10. Upper back on fire. Definitely feeling these 8s. 3. And keeping the same dumbbells. I'm going to curl, rest it on the shoulder, shoot those elbows up. In 3, I'm totally out of breath. Here we go. Curl and lift. Curl and lift. Like I said, I'm popping the bum of my dumbbell, and I don't know which side is the butt. I'm going to assume the side closest to me is. I'm resting it on my shoulder, and then I lift them up. 20 seconds. Who knew 20-minute workout could totally annihilate your shoulders and back? 10 seconds. 5, 2, rest. All right, what do we have? Yes, I was all excited. Are we done? No, last one. Row, drop. Here we go. Both are up. You drop them one at a time. This is your last 40 seconds of work. You can do it. You can do anything for under a minute, right? Just go through that checklist. How's the back? Is it nice and flat? Are the shoulder blades in your back pockets? Are the glutes engaged to protect your lower back? Am I just trying to keep talking to get you through this? Yes, but we are almost done, guys. You've got about 10 seconds. Remember the breathing. 5, we got this. 3, 2, and yes. All right, guys, you did it. Let's do a quick stretch and you can move on with your day. Go ahead and start by pulling one arm across the chest here. I'm gonna move my microphone, although I'm probably still suffocating it. Pulling one arm across the chest, stretching through the upper back, the back of the shoulder. If you want to add to this, really try to rotate yourself round into it, deep in that stretch. And just breathe. I like to take about 5 deep breaths in my stretches. Obviously not when I'm filming because I can't keep my mouth shut. However, when you're on your own, 5 deep breaths. Go ahead and switch sides for me. I'm trying not to suffocate my microphone, so my arm is a little wonky. Pulling across, rounding, exploring the movement and go, oh, you know, that's where I wanted to feel it. Cool. Now I'm going to take those fingers, just like we did in the warm-up, interlace behind the back, puff that chest, pull those shoulders down. Now I'm going to deepen the stretch into my neck here by bringing those clasped hands over to one side. Doesn't matter what side you start with because we're going to do the other. Now I want you to gaze at the wall that is on the side that the hands are on, right? So we're looking off here. You're going to feel that stretch in the side of the neck. Now I want you to explore movement in that neck here. So you're keeping that opposite shoulder pulled down and you're looking around going, oh yes, this is where I need to be. Or no, I need to move my head this way a little bit. Does that not feel amazing? It does. Go ahead and bring the hands back and behind again, puffing that chest out for me. And then let's bring them to the opposite side and we're looking off in that direction. So you're stretching now the opposite side of the neck. Changing your gaze, seeing where you need to stretch the most. Doesn't that feel amazing? Oh my gosh, I do this all the time. All right, go ahead and bring those hands back and behind one more time, puff that chest. And now I'm gonna go wide stance with my feet. I'm gonna fall over here. I'm gonna let those arms fall, stretching through the front of the shoulder. Oh, yes.
Beautiful. Now I'm going to go ahead and release those hands. I'm going to hang here for just a second, and then I'm going to bring myself all the way down onto the ground for a child's pose here. And you're breathing, hanging out. Couple breaths here. And now I'm going to have you bring the palms of the hands and push them together. And then when you feel good and ready for it, you're going to bend at the elbow, pressing those fingertips together here, giving yourself a little mohawk, and hang out here. This is where I'm going to leave you, so you can hang out here as long as you want. But other than that, guys, you are amazing. I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget, give this video a thumbs up, like this video. I love you. Subscribe, and I will see you next time.